had so many people in the industry that I thought, why not have a similar kind of council so that we can work directly with the industry and do so in a good collaborative way. And it was one of the best things I did in my last year as governor, and here we are 25 years later, and it's going great guns.
The founding of the Business Council, it was the 20th anniversary of Earth Day. There was great citizen support and awareness of the damage that had been caused from decades of neglect.
Environmental law really exploded with the Clean Air Act, Clean Water Act, and other environmental legislation. And then in 1980 was Superfund, and all of that created a tremendous new industry of environmental consulting and other environmental practitioners. But there was no organization really that brought them together. So the Environmental Business Council of New England was the first one in New England that served that function.
When we talk about the environmental industry, we're not just talking about consultants like us, because there are, as we can see, a lot of lawyers involved as well. And government agencies, Massport, banks, accounting firms, we're all in this together.
There is strength in Mass, and the strength of the council and the opportunities that the council brings because of its visibility in the community affords significant opportunity for the members so that they in fact can address the issues that are of concern to them.
Our members all share an interest in connecting to other people that are working on projects similar to what they're working on. They also share an interest in knowing the regulatory developments, which historically has been a driver for the industry. And of course, they all like to network. They love to network.
Since our founding of the EBC, it's always been important to have groups, committees that worked on issues. Belonging to a professional organization like the EBC is part of your education in many ways, because you cannot do your work if you're not sharing with other people.
And since I have started to participate in panel programs, organized programs, and now I'm a member of the board, and I'm the chair of the Energy Resources Committee.
When I was U.S. Attorney, before I was governor, I brought the suit to compel the cleanup of Boston Harbor. I grew up on freshwater fishing. So the Rivers Protection Act, which I did with Bob Durand, the Democratic state senator in charge of it, was of personal significance to me. And that's why I personally jumped into the Charles River, and with Bob Durand not six inches behind me.
The Big Dig and the harbor cleanup were two of the biggest public works projects in the history of the Commonwealth, and frankly in the history of any state. And both of them have been transformational in terms of what they've done for the city, what they've done for our economy, the wonderful recreational opportunities with the Harbor Islands, which themselves were in terrible shape when we started.
And the environmental business community was central in supporting those politically and bringing the knowledge, the resources, the expertise, the experience to clean up what some called the dirtiest harbor in America, to take down 2.5 miles of highway and leave with it a linear park and open up the entire waterfront. And all that you see today of the economic activity on that Boston waterfront is really triggered by those two projects, cleaning up the harbor and providing access to it. And the environmental business community has been central to that work, both inspiring it and executing it.
Going forward, there will be a changing of the guard. A lot of the practitioners today are people who started their practices, whether they're consulting or law, economics, in the 1970s. And that group will be retiring, and the younger people will be coming in and filling the void created by the retirees. This is an exciting opportunity.
So if I say anything to some fellow colleagues and to the young professionals, use the organization for the opportunity that it provides. And I mean use it.
Over the last 25 years, we've accomplished a lot on the environmental protection front. But the next 25 years are going to really be up to the folks in your generation, the younger environmental professionals. So, Valerie, what do you see in the future, and why did you join EBC?
So I got involved with EBC because for my clients, the environment and energy are huge challenges. The energy industry is facing enormous challenges as it tries to diversify our generation sources.
You know, I find a lot of value in the people that attend these events, that are involved in this group, and I try to use them as resources as much as I can, because that's where I learn.
We still have many contaminated rivers, sediments that are just nasty, and many sites like that, you know, as regulation gets more and more complex, it becomes more and more difficult and complex to do these projects, and we need to kind of maintain steam going ahead.
I think we're going to start to see more computer science engineers, for one thing, involved in EBC as the tech industry continues to grow and to specialize. And as the technology that we use as environmental professionals starts to become more sophisticated and important to our practices.
So there's certainly going to be plenty to do for the next 25 years, just like the 25 years before, right?
And I'm sure the environmental industry in 25 years will look nothing like the environmental industry today.
Happy birthday, Environmental Business Council. This has been an exciting 25 years.